Funny or Die.
Yes, sir.
Your idea or Funny or Die's idea?
Funny or Die. They approached us.
And obviously happy to do it, right?
It was awesome. I mean, we all had a unanimous, of course.
Yeah.
We have to do something like this. We all kind of sat down and punched it up a bit when we got there, but their idea was there, and we were. I mean, it was the perfect remedy, I think.
The outtakes were actually funnier than the piece that actually came together, right? I mean, it was hilarious.
They were pretty good.
That whole thing was probably overblown, right? I mean, you play Detroit all
You
the
think?
time. Yeah, it was
You think?
ridiculous.
It's completely overblown. It's like we're actually. I mean, we've been asked about it. We're kind of
Tired of it.
in all politeness, he's had his 15 minutes, and it was so absurd.
Right.
It wasn't even Detroit. So
Right.
we love Detroit.
Nothing to do with
Nah,
Detroit. It has
Detroit's
something to do with somebody rallying Nickelback haters. They're not tough to find. It's like, so that guy's 15 minutes of fame are over.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, you guys sell a ton of records. Probably sell a ton of records in Detroit. Probably fill that stadium on a regular basis.
It's one of our best places to play. That's why it's such a weird thing to have happen, because somebody.
It's not Detroit.
Yeah.
It's the World Wide Web, not the
Right,
Detroit Wide Web.
Right. So let's move on. You're playing home base, Vancouver, this weekend for the Grey Cup. That's got to be exciting.
Probably be far worse. It'll be far worse.
More haters in
than
Vancouver?
ever. Like Detroit's got nothing on the hate from our own hometown.
No, it'll be fun. That the Grey Cup, they're letting us actually play rock songs.
Right. Oh, you weren't allowed to play rock songs in Detroit.
They were pulled. Every rock song we came up with, they pulled every single one of them.
Really?
Yep.
Content was not appropriate.
You guys gonna pull the Mike Levine thing and wear BC Lions jerseys at the at BC Place?
I don't think we will pander that much. No.
How about a prediction on the score, or who's gonna win anyway?
Lions.
Lions. Well,
Lions 36. Winnipeg
24.
24. That means nothing.
No, yeah,
I have
it
no
doesn't
idea. I'm
matter.
not a bookie. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
let's talk about the record here and now. It's 7th record. It's doing well, for sure. 2 singles.
It's been out for 3 days.
Yeah, and I'm sure you've already racked up 1 million records sold.
I feel like he's talking about
Yeah.
a child that we just gave birth
Well,
to.
he did just give it birth to
That's
it.
like trying to run a marathon right now, and he's like doing okay.
Does it ever get tired? Does it ever get boring?
No, I mean, that's the exciting part, I think. Is when you there we go. Now things are clear. Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
When you actually, you spend so much time making this thing, and it's like, we've done it a few times for sure, but you kind of get caught up in it when you're doing it, and then I think a few days before actual release, that's when you kind of go, okay, I hope everybody likes it. So.
Oh, I'm getting great. Thank you. Yeah. That's not going to work for you so good. I'm blind.
Ouch.
Bottoms Up versus When We Stand Together. Is it?
You look like a badass.
Yeah.
No,
Do
keep
I?
on. Don't even. Just that's. You look good.
What's the difference between writing a straight ahead rock song or a ballad?
How do you get a large room full of people interested in throwing their fists in the air,
Right.
unless you're filming an episode of Jersey Shore? You kind of culminate everything that you've ever done in a bar or drank,
Yeah.
and you turn it into an anthem.
Yeah, and you're great at doing that. But
How do you do that? Because it's incredibly difficult. The rock songs are harder than the ballads.
right.
There's more effort that goes into making a rock party anthem that goes into making something that, makes the average person go, it's a really good song. Tears strolling down the face. There's far more that goes into it. I swear to God. We work harder on rock songs than we work on anything else. And it looks, I'm sure it sounds like we wrote it on a bar napkin.
Yeah.
These things are toiled over. We work on this endlessly to make sure that when we play them for our friends, they sit in the room and go, that makes me want to grab a Jack and Coke.
Right. Well, you guys have had those rock. I mean, every record from the beginning has had that rock anthem, right?
Not true.
Not true.
There isn't one on Silver Side Up. I'm just making this up.
There probably is. I don't know where it is.
There actually isn't. There isn't, but I'm just making this.
Here Now is 11 songs, tracks in at like just under 40 minutes. But I think the range of songs is so different from other records in terms of ballads and rock anthems and what people have come to know you guys for. But there's those softer songs. Last song on the record is just a ballad about being with a girl, right?
I don't even think it's a ballad. It's just a song.
Right.
It's a song that Ryan came to us with and said, "Remember when you recorded this into, like a microphone 5 years ago?" And we listened to it and we're like, the story was great. It was just
it's a good story.
The decision was, what wrapping paper do we put on it? And that's all it was. How do we encapsulate this? Because the story, the lyrics are all there. And it's about two people that are stuck in the friend zone.
Right.
For anyone who has ever been in that turmoil, which it can be awful, where you're like, I hang out with this person every day and I have an immense amount of feelings for them, but I'm unable to express them because I'm afraid. I'm afraid that if I do this, it's going to end.
Right.
The friendship, Can you imagine moving in for the kiss and that person that you're friends with going, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'll pass.
You're like, oh, that would just be the worst thing ever. And I think a lot of people have been in that position. It was something that I thought a lot of people could identify with. So when Ryan played it back for me, this demo that I hadn't heard in 5 years, I was like, let's do it. Let's do it. Why can't this fit?
Right.
What can't we do?
Are you guys always writing? Is that something that Ryan will have a track and he'll come to you with, or are you always pulling stuff from back in the day, or is it when you sit down to make the record? That's when you do the writing. That's when you do what you got to do.
No, Chad came like when we get time off. We've got families and stuff, and Chad will just which is great. He'll find a time to just sit in the studio, nobody's there, crank it up.
Yeah, it's called the holidays.
Yeah, exactly. No, but that's when everybody's gone. It's like
relaxing. When you guys are relaxing with your children and your loved ones.
Yeah, but
next to palm trees, I'm toiling over. Twice toil.
This is toil. This is the sound of Chad toiling. He phones me. He's like, "Man, you gotta check this out. This is awesome."
And
he's excited.
And
because it sounds great.
Don't you belittle that. Don't you belittle that emotion.
Belittle that.
I will call Ryan like a 6-year-old and just pumped. Dude, you gotta hear this. And sometimes I play him stuff and he's like, that's. And I just over the phone, I'm in my own studio. I'm like, I just came up with the best. Do you remember Burn It to the Ground?
Yeah.
And I called you, and I'm like, I don't call my own brother as much as I call Ryan to bounce riffs off of. And I'm like, dude, this is. And he's like, is it in 5/4 or is it in 7/8? Because I can't. The time signature's odd for me. I'm like.
So he played it, and it seemed like it started a weird thing, and I liked it, but it sounded like it was this complex thing. I'm like, dude, that's interesting. That's cool. Then he played it back. Oh yeah, that's pretty good too.
Yeah, once he understood that it wasn't in an odd time signature, he's like, it's all right.
You mean it's not math rock?
Yeah, well,
not math
I was
rock.
going to ask because you guys aren't your listeners aren't thinking whether things are in 5/4 or whatever. They're just they just want to hear a crazy riff or a good hook or whatever.
Our drummer is.
Our
drummer is constantly thinking in odd time signatures.
You're going on tour. You're obviously going to tour this record for, 2 more years, at least.
Fuck, I hope.
Mm.
Do you get sick of each other? Seriously.
No.
Answer carefully.
Carefully. No,
not
you don't?
Not today.
Not today?
Not today.
Well, you've only been 3 days.
No, you know what? We tour in a very intelligent way, I think. We all have our
Tour in a very comfortable way. Let's just be honest.
Absolutely, but that makes it easy. We all have a place to go when we need to go somewhere, and
Right.
when we all come,
Our own tour buses.
yeah. And when we get back, and see each other at the end of the day, it's like you actually get a chance to miss somebody. So it's
Right.
it's cool.
We don't see. Everyone says, "What is the relationship like having your brother in the band?"
Right.
What's that like? you guys like the Gallagher brothers? Do you guys fight like? It's like, no, I don't see my brother all day long.
Right.
I see my brother when we walk under the stage, up through a set of stairs, in front of the drum kit, and there's a massive kabuki, which is like a big curtain, if you will, in front of us. And the intro thing starts, and we hear the crowd go, and we go, you ready? We all look at each other and like, this is the best job ever. Boom, pyro, boom, a massive explosion, kabuki comes down, boom, we're in the first song, we walk out, and there's the city. There is the city that we're looking at. It's just like, boom, da doodle doodle, you know.
So it never gets old, never gets tired, never
no
gets
matter
tedious.
no matter how hungover or sick of, you're like, I'm so tired of this. I'm like, I can't do this another day. And you walk up there, and it's the second that thing explodes and the curtain drops, and you look in front of the crowd and you go, oh, this is a good job. And they are all screaming harder than you are. And the more they scream, the more you want to give back. 3 songs in, you're like, did I really question this? Did I question this 15 minutes ago? Did I ever question this 15 minutes ago? And how selfish am I for doing so? And that's the honest to God truth.
Yeah, and 45 million records sold to date. Just over 45 million from what I'm told. I don't understand, with that kind of passion and that kind of love for what you do, how anybody can be a hater of this band. It's ridiculous.
If we weren't selling records and we weren't selling concert tickets, no one would care.
Yeah.
Honestly.
True.
So it's kind of a sign of something.
Agreed. Thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, man.